কাদিরাবাদ ক্যান্টনমেন্ট স্যাপার কলেজ।
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear students, I welcome you everybody in my today's class. Today, as a part of online class, I am going to take a class on English first paper, Unit 3, Lesson 3. There is an outline of today's class. First, I shall talk about multiple choice question. Second, question answer. Third, flowchart. And finally, summary. So, here is the title of the unit, The Negro. So this passage is about the Negro. You know, there are two kinds of people existing in the world. One is the Negro and the second one is the white. You know, the Negro, they are always suppressed in the world. Okay, and there is a passage, it's a long passage. The Negro is still not free. The life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. So that means the Negro face a lot of discrimination. They have the chains of discrimination. They are segregated. They are crippled. Okay, so you have to go through the passage. It's a long passage. I have a dream today. I have a dream today. The dream of Martin Luther King. The dream. This is an American dream. So you'll go through the passage. Okay. And if you have the good idea about the passage, then you can answer the multiple choice question, question answer, and other things. So your first duty is to go through the passage, to know all the unknown words. Okay. So first, multiple choice question. The word segregation refers to, we know segregate, that means to separate something. So here segregation means separation. Second, what does the word crippled? Crippled is something, it makes something disabled. So crippled means disabled. What will happen to the people if this nation rises up one day? If the nation rises up, that means if the nation develops, then they will live out the true meaning of its creed. Creed means religion. What does the word nullification? Nullification means abolishment. To abolish something. To abolish something. To give up something. To reject something. So what is the meaning of the word racist? Racist. A person who unfairly discriminates. So the nature of the racist is to discriminate the people unfairly. So what is the meaning of the word sweltering? Sweltering is unpleasantly hot. Unpleasantly hot. So how many little children did Martin Luther King Jr. have? So you know, he had 4 sons, 4 children. The word vicious means in the passage. Vicious means barbarous. Vicious means barbarous. The phrase I have a dream in the passage stands for, so it is a dream of Martin Luther King Jr. The word sad. Sad means awful, not in good position. The word chain. Chain means handcuff. That means not free. Now, answering the questions. So this is the first question. The Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. So explain the expression in 2 or 3 sentences. So the answer is the USA, that means United States of America, is one of the richest nations of the world. But the Negro people, who are also part of the American society, are the poorest section of people. So it seems that they are living in a different island, isolated from prosperity. So that means we know USA, it is a rich country, but as the poor people, as the Negro people, they are segregated from the opportunities, from the facilities. That's why they are as the isolation. Second question, what does the speaker expect about his children? So the speaker expects that his 4 children will be judged not by their skin color, but they will be considered by the qualities of their character. What is the speaker's expectation about the state of Mississippi? The answer is, the speaker's expectation is that one day the state of Mississippi will turn into a place of freedom and justice. What does the speaker dream about the children of Georgia? The speaker, Georgia, it is a state of America. The speaker dreams that one day the children of slaves and slave owners, the children of slaves, that means the people who live as slaves or who are slaves, and the slave owners will stand together and will cultivate a sense of brotherhood on the red hills of Georgia. Next question. What does the speaker mean when he said all men are created equal? This is very much universal. Even though we have different color, even though we have different race, but the Creator has created us equally. That means by this statement, the speaker wants to mean that all people are created equal by God, so there should be no discrimination among the human beings on the basis of their skin color or any other features. Because skin color, the human beings have nothing to do with their skin, because the Almighty Creator has created according to His wish. Next question. What do you mean by the expression, the places will be made plain? Explain. I think by the expression, the speaker hopes that one day the barriers of manacles means chains of discrimination, in the way of justice and freedom will be uprooted. That means will be uprooted and made it easy for all to establish their rights in the society. Why is the Negro languishing in the corners of American society? The answer is due to extreme poverty and racial discrimination. The Negro is languishing in the corners of America. So what for? Because of extreme poverty and racial discrimination. Next. How can the state of Mississippi, it is another state, be an oasis of freedom and justice? Oasis, that means a place of garden. When the state will be free from discrimination and injustice, when the state will be free from the discrimination and injustice, it can be an oasis of freedom and justice. What do you understand by let freedom ring? That means let freedom ring. The ring should be, the sound of freedom should be ring, should be rung. The answer should be, by this we understand that freedom should be for all. All people, black or white, should come up to achieve this freedom. It is a basic human rights, freedom. The last question. Why does the speaker repeatedly want freedom to ring? Explain. The speaker thinks that the black people of America do not enjoy freedom. They are treated with injustice, insult, and so on. That's why the speaker calls upon the people of America to raise their voice for freedom. Now, this is a flowchart based on your reading of the same passage. That means the passage of the Negro. Make short notes in each of the boxes in the flowchart, showing the problems that the Negro people faced. One is done for you. So here, the first one, subjected to be deprived of facilities. That means the Negro, they are the subject of deprivation from the facilities. So this is the first one. So remember the first, the structure is subject, that means first participle form. Second, crippled by the manacles of segregation. That means they are disabled. We should not make a sentence, rather it's a point. So subjected, crippled. Why crippled? Because of the manacles of segregation. Next, chained by discrimination. So they are in a chain, they are not free from discrimination. They are isolated from prosperity. The white people can prosper, but not the black. Judged judged by the color of their skin. As they are black, they are Negro, so they are discriminated. They are away from the facilities, exiled even in their own land. Very sorrowful. So, subjected, crippled, chained, isolated, judged, exiled. So there is no subject, so there is a similar structure. So you have to follow it. The last one, summary. Summarize the above passage in your own words. So I am going to read. Martin Luther King Jr. bemoans, that means wills, feel sorry, the fact that the Negro is still in the grip means this one, grip of segregation and discrimination. The Negro is treated in a way in the society that it seems he is in exile in his own land. In spite of the present and future difficulties, Martin Luther King Jr. dreams of a nation that will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed, that all men are created equal. He dreams of Georgia as a land of brotherhood. He dreams of Mississippi to be transformed into universities of freedom and justice. He dreams of a nation where the children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. So, dear students, you see, I have written down the summary, but I have not copied from one line and then dropped one and then next one. This is not the way. But I have written down the summary following the passage. Okay, so you have to follow it to have good marks. So, dear students, up to this today, and my suggestion before going to end my class, I am going to suggest you that please try to invest your time, try to utilize your time. You should not waste time. Try to be ready, cover up the syllabus by yourself, and then come to class when everything will be regular. So before that, we should pray to Allah, to the Almighty, say 5 times salat every day in time in the masjid, and the other people should follow their prayers. So thank you everybody. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.